Welcome to Nature Cures with Stacia Alicia, where we explore inspiring stories of natural healing and transformation. I'm your host, Stacia Alicia, and I'm so excited to have you here today. Today's guest is someone whose story is a testament to resilience, transformation, and the power of natural healing. We're joined by Rajah Amore, who suffered a heart attack in 2020 while on his way home from work. At the time, he was pursuing a music career, but after the heart attack, he found himself unable to sing and struggling to do what he loved. His journey to healing led him to embrace self love and self healing modalities. If you have ever felt stuck in your health journey or doubted your body's ability to heal, this conversation is for you. Let's get into it. Hi, Rajah. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
So, persons refer to me as Rajah Amore, or they refer to me as Raj. I'm a Rastafarian first and foremost, and I love nature. I'm a nature person. I love being outdoors. I love cooking good, ital food. And I just love. I'm a lover of people as well. I love talking to people, love helping people. I think I'm an empath. Some persons would refer to it as, love people. A little bit about me. I help people lose weight, I help people detox, and I help people get better in terms of illnesses and serious stuff they've been through. You know what I mean? The whole spectrum.
And we're gonna get into all of that. Yeah. Tell us where you're from, though, for those who are watching and have no idea.
Yeah, so I'm from the island of Jamaica. Jamaica land we love. I reside in St. Catherine. Beautiful places of St. Catherine.
All right. Take us back now to 2020. Mm-hmm. What was life like before your health challenges first appeared?
Forgive me if you see any tears or anything like that, but always talking about this brings me back to that place. I love music. Persons who know me know that I love singing. Everything regarding music, I love, especially reggae music. Reggae music is a musical people, and it's soulful music. I love singing. I was pursuing a career in music, trying very hard to get there, to make nice music for people and just be recognized as well. So I was doing that during 2020. I was full on Rasta, smoking a lot, the whole thing, the whole package. Yeah. So that's what I was doing before anything else.
Before anything, okay. Yeah. All right. So can you take us back to that day when you were coming home from work and you had that heart attack? What were you feeling in that moment?
All right. So I remembered like it was yesterday. I was coming home, Empress. We decided to stop and get some Subway. I ordered a foot-long tuna sandwich. Remember everything to the detail. And I was just devouring the sandwich. And all of a sudden, I just felt this sharp pain. Like it was as if somebody pierced a bullet through my heart. And I grabbed up my chest and I was like, yo, no. And I started sweating profusely. Sweat a bust. And there was a sharp pain that ran down my hand. And then I knew that something not right. Something I feel right. And I couldn't breathe. I was hyperventilating. I think I was even panicking as well. But the good thing was I was not the one driving. My Empress was driving at the time. I normally drive, but at that time she just, hey, you can drive. I'll just eat, while you drive. And it's a lucky thing. The most painful thing I've ever experienced.
Did you understand what was happening to you at the time?
All right. At the time, it was, I think, the height of COVID. In my mind, I was like, oh, maybe it's COVID. Maybe it's COVID catch me. Okay, that big scare, everybody was just chaotic. People, you can't sneeze beside people and everything. It was, yeah. So I thought it was COVID that I had at the time, you know, and my initial thing to do was not to go to the hospital. You know, I know it's ridiculous for some persons, but I was so fearful. I knew a lot of persons who went into the hospital and they did not come back out. You know, as relates to COVID, you know, I knew this one guy, he broke his leg and he did not come out because of COVID. You know, so me feeling all this pain, I did not want to go. So what we did was we went straight home, you know, and we tried to figure out what's going on. You know, I drank a lot of bush, a lot of teas, anything to alleviate what I was trying to feel, you know, but my chest was on fire. Yeah.
So how did you eventually know that it was a heart attack? Did you eventually go to the doctor?
Yes, we eventually went. After a couple of months, may I tell you, after a couple of months of me realizing that I'm not getting better. This thing, it I suffered with it, I would say, suffered with it for about a year and a half, you know, and it was a couple months after the whole ordeal, after going through it and not getting better. My empress said, I think we need to check this out. You know, this seems to be more than what it is. Even though reluctant, I still went, and I went to this chest or heart hospital on Balmoral Avenue. And I realized that, well, they did a test and they said something was really off with your heart, you know, and they were doing some whispers. And as I tell you, at that time, COVID was rampant and everybody was just, you know, trying to text, trying to ensure, say, you want a COVID, this, you know, and they told me that your heart, you seem like you suffered a heart attack, you know, and it wasn't like a major heart attack that damaged, you know, that's irreversible, or the damage is, you know, you can't be undone. It was a minor heart attack, you know, but still very serious. Got the report and I just never went back to the hospital after that. You know, I decided to change up a few things that I was doing to myself. I don't know if you want to get into that now, but you know, we can touch into that a little bit.
Yeah, we can touch into it. I just want, before you touch into it though, apart from the doctor saying it was a minor heart attack, did they give any reasons for the cause of it? Like,
they asked a lot of questions, you know, they asked about my stress level. They asked a lot of questions. But for me, I think what caused the heart attack was one, the smoking, two, this level of stress that I was undergoing at that time. During that time, 2020, it was the most stressful time of my life. You know, dealing with a lot of things, and then COVID came. You have the death of a lot of loved ones. You know, it was really heavy on me. Wasn't sleeping either. You know, and wasn't eating as healthy as I thought. You know what I mean? So I think everything just came in together and just made this big one mess. This one big mess. Yeah. So yeah.
how did it affect your ability to do music? And how did that loss of not being able to do music impact you emotionally and mentally?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I tell you, I don't know if you see the passion that I have for music, but I'm very passionate about music. I love music. You know, I sit down and I study music. And as I tell you before, anybody that knows me before 2022, I'm a songbird. I sing every day. Everything that comes to mind. Everything. I sing everything. You know, and after the whole heart attack, I couldn't hold my breath for 5 seconds. With me not being able to hold my breath for 5 seconds, I couldn't sing, you know, and it was one of the most frustrating things ever. I think that frustrated me more than anything else, you know, because as I told you at the time, I was trying to really push to, you know, to get that big break for music.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing a lot of recording at the time. I couldn't sing. It was frustrating. I cried a couple times. Well, you right don't feel like more cry, you know, but cried a lot. And one of the ways I get into the vibe or get into the zone is I would smoke some marijuana. You know, smoke some marijuana, get into your vibe, and just sing whatever comes to the heart. You know, and I could not smoke either. I did try. I tried a couple of times, well, and it was really scary.
What happened when you tried smoking?
All right, so the couple times that I tried it, it was as if my lungs were closing up and I was getting a heart attack again. So really scared the first couple times, and the last time was like, I have to let go this. I have to let go this. No, it was you see, for me, you see, marijuana, like for most Rastas, them love marijuana. It's a part of their whole way of life, I would call it. But for me to part with that, it was really hard. It was really hard because I know what it did for me. It made me relax. It made me be more of myself. So it was very painful parting with it. But yeah.
What was the hardest part of your recovery in the first year, in your recovery process?
I think the hardest part, the mind. It's not a lot of people think. I would have thought that, okay, the mind is I would say, the most important part of the recovery. As I tell you, a lot of things were happening at this time, a lot of negativity, a lot of death. For you to have a strong mindset or to be positive during that time, it was really hard. And thank God, I thank the Creator, or whichever you believe in. A lot of persons who were around me, they were very supportive, and I think that helped me fortified my mind. One other thing that helped me fortified my mind was the look on my Empress face and her mommy face when I was on that bed and was fighting to breathe. My chest was on fire. The look, that grim look on their face, it did something to me. I don't know. It really, I wouldn't want to say it broke my heart, but I think it broke my heart in a good way. I felt really bad putting them through that ordeal, having them to see me like that. So the mind, I tell you, mind, you have to fortify your mind. During that time, you couldn't go anywhere. That whole isolation, it really affected a lot of persons mentally. So what I did to cope as well, I watched a lot of funny videos, a lot of funny videos to keep my mind, laughing, to feel that good vibe. And I think that's the most challenging part of the whole ordeal of or getting better. Yeah.
You mentioned your Empress and feeling bad about having them see you, Empress and her mom, having them seeing you in that light. Was that because you thought you were responsible for your sickness?
Definitely. I think responsible for it. I am I'm not gonna go on you, go on a corner. I don't think my heart attacked me. I didn't have a heart attack. I think I attacked my heart. I think the things that I did, not dealing with stress, unresolved stress, unresolved trauma, the poor eating, the smoking, I think that's what caused it. And those are my actions. So, yeah.
One of the posts that I saw on your Instagram, you mentioned that you suffered in silence for a while. What was going through your mind during that time that you suffered in silence?
Was I going to make it? Was I going to die? Was I going to leave my family behind? My mom didn't even know. My mom didn't even know because I didn't want to put that pressure on her, because I know she a lot. Love my mommy Joy. But I didn't tell anybody. If it wasn't within our household, we didn't tell anybody. You know what I mean? And one thing why I didn't even reach out and tell other persons as well. People will put their worry on you. People will worry for you, and I didn't want that in my space. I wanted that positiveness. I just wanted to. I had a certain belief, and I didn't want anything to shake that. So I just protected that. Kept that little secret for myself.
Tell me, you said you had a certain belief. Tell me what that belief was.
All right. So that belief, it was me truly believing that I can rise from this. That this was not my end. I can make this thing better. I can come back better. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So at what point did you realize that the conventional approaches weren't working and that you needed to take a fully natural approach?
All right, so may I go tell you the truth. I took no medication whatsoever. Not
Okay.
one. Not one. You know, let me explain what I did. So, the first instance for all Jamaicans, when something do or something serious, you turn to some bush. You know what I mean? So I started like drinking a lot of different teas, moringa tea, Guinean weed. I drank a lot of Guinean weed. I draw for the mullein, because as I told you the first time, I thought it was cool. I draw for some ginger tea, turmeric, anything that would help my lungs. But trying all of that, helping focusing on the lungs, obviously you're not going to get better because it was not lung related. It was heart related. So I tried everything you can think of. As I said, I battled with this for a year and a half. There's nothing on this earth that I did not try. My mommy always tell me, say, the more you read, the better you are. And she told me that at a very young age, and up to this day, it still stays with me. And the idea came to me that, you need to get more information. You need to read some more. So I just went on a reading craze, a reading frenzy. I ordered a lot of books online. One of the books that I ordered that really stood out to me was African Holistic by Dr. Layla Africa.
Okay, yeah.
God rest his soul, rest in peace, Dr. Layla Africa. But I read that book. I'm not a reader, even though my mom told me that the more you read, the better you are. I was not a reader per se. But after that whole near-death experience, I started reading a lot. I read that book, read it whole heap of time, and it opened my eyes. And I think it kind of changed my perspective and approach to me healing myself. It mentioned about food, and how the food that we're eating is affecting our body. We think that, okay, yeah, we're eating healthy, eating this and that, but really and truly, we're not, And I tell you, man, I tell us this, it really opened my eyes and it made me question myself, really. And there's this big thing that stands out to me, this big question: are you loving yourself? Are you loving yourself in your actions, in the things that you put into your temple? Are you glorifying the Creator by putting in these things in your temple? And I sat there and I said, yo, say, these things when I eat, the smoking and all of that, it wasn't glorifying my being. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't loving myself. We'll go around saying that we love ourselves every day, but how we measure love when as it relates to others is by their actions. But for ourselves is we just, we say we love ourselves, but no, really and truly it should be our actions as well. And are your actions lining up with what you say? Are you choosing to eat a particular thing? Are you saying no to KFC? Are you saying no to certain things? So that question sat with me, and that's when I decided to say, I'll cut off certain things, cut off certain people as well. You know what I mean? Cut off certain people as well, because as I said, I don't want a negativity in my sphere, because that wasn't helping. The food, I started eating differently. I cut out meat totally after that. Wasn't eating any fish anymore. I used to eat fish, cut out the fish. Started eating a lot of fruits, and that's where the healing started. I even secluded myself. I went to the hills of Geisel, the cool hills of Geisel. So yeah.
Wow. So there's a lot of commonalities in terms of I've been interviewing or having conversations with persons, and there are commonalities because one of the things you say, you went to the hills of Guys Hill. Most persons decide to change their environment. So it seems as if changing your environment is one of the things that you must do for your healing. And you also mentioned eating more fruits, cutting out meat and other things, but you also mentioned that you thought some of the things or some of the foods that you were eating you thought was good. Can you tell me some of those things that you were doing or eating that you thought was good, but then after reading the book you said, oh, this is not good for me?
Yeah, man, definitely. So fish, people praise fish. Fish is really good. It has omega-3, but I had to cut out that. Meat on a whole, you know. If I don't know if you want me to go dive deep in this.
No, man. Man. Tell us.
Right, so,
We're here to learn.
all right. So for most people, there's this protein. What would I would say? There's this protein thing being pushed for most people. You know, protein is really important. You know, it's to how them push it. It seems like the most important thing you can get when you're eating your food. You know, but really and truly, if you check it out, proteins are what is proteins? Proteins are basically amino acids, different amino acid structures coming together to make protein. You know, and your body makes amino acids, certain amino acids. Your body makes protein. You get food, you get proteins. You get amino acids from a lot of different foods. You know, you get amino acids from fruits. You know, and truly, and when you do eat proteins, your body doesn't use all of that building material. You know, it takes what it wants to make different protein structures, but for most of it, it's just junk. You know, and the body don't need it, and it really inflames the body. You know, I normally tell people, say, yo, nature teaches you what to eat. You know, just eat something and you will know if it's good for you. Just give it about half an hour. You know what I mean? For protein, it gives your body, or it makes your body has this inflammatory response. You know, there's mucus that is produced in your intestinal wall, just to try and get rid of that food that you ate, because the body recognizes as foreign. It doesn't mesh with what we are supposed to eat. You won't get that action when you eat an apple. When you eat a nice oat eaty apple or a sour sap, your body won't give it that reaction. And you have to look in nature, you know. How you designed to eat meat. Be them things I'm gonna go through states. Take a deep dive. You know, more me break it down to a science. Or the books that I've read help me break it down to a science. Look at the meat eaters in the environment or in the jungle or all around us. They have a certain characteristic. You know, they're built to eat meat. You know, them have the long claws, them for hunt. You know, them have the long canines to bite into the meat. You know what I mean? Their tongue is really long and very sticky. It is said that a tiger's tongue can lick the paint of a wall. You know, and that tongue is designed to lick off the flesh or lick off the skin off of a flesh or their predator, their prey. You know what I mean? And if you look at human beings, we're not designed to hunt. We can't run fast. You know, we're not a strong, insane, biting power. You know, we have phalanges, you know, thumbs, tractable thumbs. We can reach and pluck things and pick things, and things that we can pluck and pick are fruits. You know what I mean? Nobody designed to eat that. And if you even look inside as well, biologically inside, for meat-eating animals, they have a very smooth intestine, right? While us, it's very succulated, meaning there's a lot of curves and crevice and corner, you know, just for us to get the maximum absorption of the food that we eat. Well, versus the animal that eat meat is very smooth, very shorter than ours. Ours is about 22 feet. That's really long, right? And you don't want meat in your body so long. So for the carnivores, these are very short and smooth. And we don't want meat staying in the intestines too long because it will putrefy, rot, you know, and with rotting comes a lot of other things, you know. The enzymes that we produce, or the hydrochloric acid that we produce in our stomach, you cannot break down meat properly. While a tiger or a lion, the hydrochloric acid pH is very high. You know, it's designed to break down meat properly. So I them look at things, I'm look upon them and say, oh, you know, so I eat the wrong things. And Stace, me really put that to the test. I put it to the test. I've been eating regularly for the first 3-4 weeks of me being sick, and I still feel the same way. You know when all of this start change for me was when I said, yo, I'm gonna do an 8-day fast. I do an 8-day fruits fast only, and I just I go see where it go. I don't have nothing else to try because I've tried everything else, you know. And I did that, and my Stace, I felt so much better. But I push it even further. I did 3 days water after that. And it was after that I started bawling. Like, yo, I was in tears because remember me tell us, yo, I 1.5 years, I suffer with this thorn in my flesh, I call it. You know, I suffer with it. And it's after those days of water, I start to feel better. And I was just so happy. So happy over the moment. I say, yo, thank you. Thank you. Say, yo, I'm going to get over this. I could even walk. I remember when I went to St. Anne in the hills as well. You know, there was this nice waterfalls in my Empress's relative backyard. And I could even walk for go down there. Somebody have to like hold me up and help me walk and them things, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh, so you said you did an 8-day fast first where you were only eating fruits, and
Yeah.
then after that you did a water fast,
Yeah.
and
So
you said that you felt completely different.
you see on the third day, the amount of mucus come out of me, like it was really scary. Like I
Oh,
sat in the toilet thinking I was gonna poop, but there's no poop. There was just mucus up on top of mucus up on top of mucus. And it
wow.
so surprised me. I say, yo, yeah, man, that never did for day me. You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right. Did you face any other setbacks during your healing journey? And if so, how did you push through?
Like I said, Stace, I'm gonna try a whole heap of things, you know, and there were days when before the whole fruits and the water, there were days where I feel like I was getting better. Right. And I was so excited, you know, so excited. And the next day is like boom, day one again. And I tell you, it was frustrating. Frustrating. Like at times you didn't want to give up, but you know you couldn't give up. You can't give up. Um just the support around here, Stace. The support around you. And that really helped push me, as I told you before. Um when it got really hard, you know, when it came back on and I thought I was getting better, I feel by the same way when we started the journey. Just your loved ones around you push you. Empress a push you. You know, your Empress mommy and father push you. You know, come in, Rajah. You know, just push through. You know, I feel well today. Yeah, I'm trying to cheer you up and push you on. So that was how I pushed through. You know, that support around you. I tell you it does help.
I hear you saying how you feel. Tell me all the symptoms that you were feeling.
So I couldn't breathe properly.
Okay.
Couldn't breathe properly. Some nights were really hard. Like chest upon fire. I had to be laboring to breathe. You know, there was this constant pain where my heart was. This side of my heart, of my chest swell up. Um, couldn't walk properly. I had to like take my time. Videos. I was scrolling through my phone and I saw some videos of me trying to walk. You know, it was very sad. You know, I had to take my time. I look like a really old man taking my time up a hill. You know, what else? I could even eat. All right, so my chest was on fire. I lost a lot of weight. I look skinny now still because depending look at juice fast, you know, but uh, I lost a lot of weight, whole heap of weight, to the point where I came to work one day and somebody asked if I was okay. You know, my pants was falling off of me with a belt on, you know, so I lose a whole heap of weight because I couldn't eat. You know what I mean? Couldn't eat at all. Couldn't eat. Like every time I put something in my mouth, it's like it wouldn't go down. You know, I feel a fire there. I feel like I don't know, can't explain, but those are some of the things that I was going through. You know.
You said that you stopped smoking as part of the healing journey, but
Yeah.
you also said that smoking was integral in your life before because it made you feel like yourself.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. How difficult was it to stop smoking, and how did you stop smoking? And what did you how did you replace that feeling of being
Yeah.
yourself now that you weren't smoking anymore?
All right. So yeah, the smoking. You see, marijuana. Touch a little marijuana is. I don't know. It's something else. You know, and it put me in a vibe. For those of you who like experience me high, you know, or smoking, you know, just say, yo, rather just chill and you know, I think of things differently when I'm high. Certain thoughts come to me easier when I'm high, and I was just in love with that feeling, you know, and I felt like myself, felt relaxed, you know, wasn't in my head, you know. Home stop smoke. Like I told you, I was recording a track to a friend of mine's house, and we were steaming up. So people are smoke chalice, weed and all them things, a spliff. And my turn to go in the booth and take a draw. And as I was about to sing, it's like my heart sink, you know, and it's like I try breathe, man. It was really hard for me to breathe. And I had to like stoop down, calm my mind, then went outside and got some fresh air. And I knew that was it. I need to say, oh, I need for ease up off of this. I need to ease up off of this. And the whole thought of going back to that place where you get the heart attack or that feeling, whenever do you want it? Whenever do you want it? So when you just make the conscious decision and say, yo, I have to stay away from this. I have to stay away from this. And as I said, reading that book by Dr. Layla Africa, you will love in yourself a little bit more. Just say, yo, I'm just a figure, tough it out and just love myself. And when I regret it. When I regret it to come out of this situation, you know, me seeing, how would I explain this now? Seeing what love can do to self, it made me never go back. You know, and loving myself some more, I think it gave me somewhat of that feeling of me being in the vibe, you know, of me experiencing myself. And I don't know if I can explain, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. But me loving myself a little bit more, it gave me that feeling of, oh, I was smoking. You know, vibe. You know, it made me, it changed my life. Changed my life, really.
Love that. So you love yourself enough to stop smoking, but I'm sure that you had friends who still smoked. How did that work? Because they normally say that secondhand smoking is even worse than smoking. So how did you navigate that?
All right, so a friend them feel I'm a dash them still, you know, but I had to like separate myself. I had to move away from all of that. And like you said, secluding yourself and moving yourself with a certain environment is all a part of healing, you know, and that was the most important thing for me, is to heal. So I had to like stop a certain friend for a little while, you know, so I wasn't around the smoking, you know. And I did mention to you like the persons who are around you as well, they do affect you, you know. But they have to like not answer some calls from some of my friends. You know, this one friend where he, during the whole time of COVID, he'd call you and say, hey, guess how much people dead today from COVID? Or the next day, guess how much people dead today? You know, the numbers are rising. And that same, you know, I'm panic and I say, no, man, I don't do this. So I stop once I'm calling. And when I feel away.
Because you had to do what was best for your health. Yeah. I totally understand. I know that after a while, because I hear you singing on social media, so I'm assuming that you got back your voice. How long after did you start to feel that you could sing again?
It was over a year, I'm thinking, right? Like over a year. But the thing is, I could sing, but I couldn't sing for long. So if I would sing for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I have to take an hour break or 2 hour break because chest was acting up, you know, losing air, feel weird, you know, it was just a terrible feeling. I didn't like it, you know, never like it. I had to race and all of them things. But right now, I got a nice little voice, you know, but for me to go back there, for me to go back to singing, I don't think I would. I don't know what the future holds, but I don't think I would. You know, I think bad things happen for a reason. You know, and life has this way of using bad things to put you on the right path. You know, and I think I'm on the right path. You know, I hope I'm on the right path. Yeah.
I can say to you that the right path could be a twist and turns, you know. So, you know, right path. What made you decide to transition from music? Since you got back your voice, what made you transition from music to being a health and wellness coach?
I got back my voice. Yeah, I sounded good. But I think there's a shift in passion. I don't know how to explain it, but I wouldn't say the love wasn't there anymore, but I think the importance changed. You get me? it was as if this thing that I did to myself, this thing of me healing myself, was more important than going back to music. And you see, after I felt better after the whole ordeal, the 8 days foods and 3 days water, I decided to say, oh, there are other people out there that really need help. That there are other persons out there that really need help. And as I told you before, I'm an empath. I love people. And I think that just rests on my heart. I don't know. It really rests on my heart that but try and help other people. We have got through similar instances, not even similar, like we have got through it and they don't know what to do, they don't know where to turn, they don't know what to eat or anything like that. Yeah, and I just decided, so I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna help people, I'm gonna help people feel better. And it was just this burning passion for me. It's like one fight, like a light just turned on after the whole ordeal. And I just take the light and I just start running with it.
How has your personal experience shaped how you guide others on their wellness journeys?
I tell persons that come to me, my clients, it's not a straight road. It's not a B C D E and you get better. It's a journey. And some journeys take longer than some. Some journeys have a lot of bumps in the road. A lot of fight, a lot of setbacks. But the goal is to get better. The goal is to love yourself each day. You will fall down sometimes, but push, and the support is always there. So for me, it wasn't this, okay, do all them things here, take this herb. It was a me trying to figure it out for myself. It was a me getting back up, feeling bad one day, feeling excellent next day, and then feeling worse the next day. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes healing and getting back up there is like that. And I don't know if you know this term they call healing crisis.
No, tell us about
it. So for persons who are like on a detox or you're trying to get better, it get worse before it get better.
That I was going to ask you about that if you experience detox reactions, but continue.
Yeah, man. So it was this. All right. So say for example, you had a broken ankle or a broken foot. When you start detoxifying, getting at certain things, those injuries will start acting up back. Why I start acting up back? Why I start acting up back is like your body is okay using that time that you're detoxifying to like properly heal itself. So you're going to be feeling these pains. Your body's gonna try fix things. And another way you can look at it for persons experiencing healing crisis, bad bacteria are dying off. When you're going through a detox, because bad bacteria they don't like detoxes. You know what I mean? When they're dying out, they let off a lot of toxins into the blood. You know what I mean? And your body has this negative reaction, I would say, towards it. Start getting dizzy. Some persons vomit, diarrhea. Some persons start feel dizzy, rash, and all of these things, fevers. And that's what we call a healing crisis as well. Your body, the bad bacteria is making a final attempt to get you to eat back that junk. But if you go through that healing crisis, if you go through it, take your time, go through it, will feel better after that. Yeah, so I don't know if I explain it properly, but
yeah, man, you explain it. So basically, whatever illness or injury or whatever you were dealing with before, when you are going through that detox, those same issues may resurface, and you may feel as if this not working. So so I know that you have helped over 250 persons. I don't know if it's way more now.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
So lose weight and just get there and get healthier. What are some of the biggest transformations that you have witnessed in your community?
All right, so the ones that stand out to me, I have this lady, her blood sugar level was really high on medication, and we designed a little program for her to basically help her get rid of certain things which should have take for your blood pressure, our blood sugar, and utilize certain herbs. And by doing the 8-week program, her blood sugar fell so drastically. downwards, into a very positive reading, and we're almost at that place where we say, okay, then she's diabetic free or she's diabetes free,
Oh,
So it's going from some like 15.4 glucose reading to down to 7. We have this other person, her blood glucose reading or A1C reading was 10.4, and it's down to 6.2. I think these are big for us because we know how prevalent diabetes is in Black communities, in Jamaica. One other big transformation, I won't call the person name, but they lost over 47 pounds within 8 weeks, blood pressure regularized. They used to be taking blood pressure medication to pressure medication wasn't really working. Their pressures were still like 147 over 92 and all those numbers. But after completing the program, in fact, during the program, like week 5, you see where their blood pressure readings were like 121 over 82. And it's just a joy to see them face and say, yo, you want to hear some of them? I've not seen these numbers in quite a while. And them things that bring a smile on my face,
you mentioned that 8 weeks program. Tell us about the 8 weeks program that you offer and when your next one is.
All right. So this 8-week program that we have, how we start this thing, how this whole Amore Ita living thing started. As I said before, after me healing myself, I just wanted to help other persons. So what I did was every month I would say, okay, guys, I'm going on a food fast. If you want to join me, you can forward and then help you guide it through it. And I started there and it grew so much that we have a community now, and we have this 8-week program. So on this 8-week program, we ask persons to basically tell us what they are looking for. Some persons come for weight loss, some persons come for diabetes, hypertension, and other issues. You know what I mean? And in hearing your reasoning, we design an 8-week program just for you.
So each person is customized.
We try to customize as best as possible because really and truly, one diet doesn't fit all or one plan doesn't fit everybody. You know what I mean? You have different body types and stuff like that. On this 8-week program, we take away the junk. We take away the things that aren't serving you. We take away the things that are not letting you love yourself some more. Like the sugar, flour, rice. We take away those things. And within the first 2 weeks, persons lose up around 8 pounds, And I tell you, it's remarkable. The first 2 weeks, we practice intermittent fasting as well. We promote eating right food, like your pumpkins. Pumpkins are really good. Chocho, most people don't like chocho, but chocho is really excellent for your blood glucose. It's alkaline, as most persons would say. You do eat meat on this program, even though I burn out meat, put that on record.
Okay, so you allow persons who eat meat to still eat meat.
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah. So, but what we do, we have to stay true to ourselves. Have to stay true to me. So, sometime along the program, we do take away the meat from you. Right? Okay. But they can within the first 3 weeks, you can eat meat, but we then slowly wean you off of it. Okay. Meat is like a drug, you can't just stop eating meat. You'll get that. You get that. We call it, you'll get that withdrawal.
The withdrawal.
We don't want to be fighting with you on that withdrawal at the same time, because as I said before, people love them food. Food is something I think spiritual, but not only spiritual. I tell people that food is that thing there in your life that gives you support. It's there when nobody else is there. It's there when you're feeling good, when you're celebrating. It's there when you're sad. You know what I mean? So it is kind of ticklish taking away food from people. So and you have to do it you have to gradually do it. And that's what we do on this program. We slowly take away certain things from you. So each week is different. Slowly take away the rice, the sugar, the flour, meat. So take away meat and so forth. We incorporate living food as the program goes on. Yeah.
If somebody wants to join your next 8-week program, how would they be able to do that?
All right. So our next 8-week program, we are at week 6. Week 6 is our juices only and water fast week. Sound crazy, guys, but your body will adjust to it. Always design a program, your body will slowly adjust. Your stomach will slowly shrink, and you'll be able to manage the fast and the progression of the program. How can you join this program? You could contact us at Amore Living, on Instagram. You can contact me at 876-230-3526. You can WhatsApp me on that number. It's my business number. And when do we start? After this program ends, we use about a month and a half to advertise, to reach out to people, to make plans and stuff forth. We start May 5th. Yeah.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll just put your Instagram. I'll put the link to your Instagram so that people can reach out to you, because we have no idea when people will be watching or listening to this. So whenever they do, the link would be there for them to reach out. What's the most common mistake you see from people when they're trying to improve their health?
The stress protein. Stress protein.
I spoke about that already.
Yeah, the stress protein. Protein is really stress protein. There are certain fads out there, that they follow, that really, it's not really good for you. Certain food combination as well. We talk about that on our program. Food combination is really important. Everything that we eat, it has a law. It has a law that governs it. Certain fruits, they can't mix certain fruits with certain foods because it might cause fermentation. With fermentation cause lactic acid buildup and yeast buildup and candida buildup, right? So certain food you're not supposed to combine. So
give us an example of.
You shouldn't mix your starches with the proteins.
Okay.
Each require a different medium or a different mode of digestion. The carbs or the starches, they require an alkaline digestion, while the protein require a hydrochloric or acidic digestion. And if you combine the two, when the pepsin and the hydrochloric acid secretes in, it will be neutralized by the enzymes that promote the starch breakdown. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
what are some daily habits that you swear by for maintaining health? So we know you spoke about eating more fruits. I think you also spoke about changing your environment and also cutting off negative energy. But what are some daily habits that you have incorporated and that you swear by?
These are some of the things I swear by. Hydration. Hydration is up there on the list of things. Water, our body's made up of 60 to 70%, 70% water, and every reaction that occurs in our body requires water. And a lot of us are walking around dehydrated and don't know. And you being dehydrated can cause a ripple effect of things in your body. So hydration is one. The general amount that persons normally drink or should drink is around 8 glasses of water. But it's really more than that if you are doing strenuous activities, if you're exercising. So yeah, so water is up there. So I try to drink at least 2.5 liters, a day. That's up here on my list. What else? I try to fast. So I don't eat anything in the morning. I try to rest my stomach. We normally are promoted, or we're normally told to eat 3 square meals per day. But really and truly, one meal takes about 24 hours to be fully digested and excreted out of the body. So either 3 meals per day, boom, 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 it's a lot of stress on the body, and we know the benefits of fasting and the power that it holds, so I don't eat any breakfast. Yeah. So those are my two. Those are my top two.
How many meals a day you eat?
All right. So it depends. Sometimes I eat 1, sometimes I eat 2. Yeah.
And you spoke about hydration and that persons don't know that they're dehydrated. Give me some symptoms or some ways that you can know that you're actually dehydrated.
All right. So we all know the feeling of that harshness in our throat. That's one symptom of dehydration. The chappy lips, lips cracking up, lips feeling dry. By the time you're feeling that means you're already dehydrated. And you can't just go grab a big jug of water and just chug it and get hydrated. It does take some time for you to be rehydrated back. Your skin as well. There's this trick that I've learned, that to know if you're dehydrated, just pinch your skin, like right in your forearm, and if some time to go down, it means that you're dehydrated as well. And you can look at the skin. Most persons, they ignore the ashy skin. as a sign of dehydration, them just run go for the lotion. Lotion. All right, so that's our next sign of dehydration as well. But just remember something. One other important thing. So for the water, what I do, it is really hard to just drink 8 glasses of water a day. Thinking about it. All right, but my routine, as I get up in the morning, I drink water. Before I go to bed, I drink water again. After I shower, I drink water again. Before my first meal at lunch, I drink water again. Half an hour to an hour after that, I drink water again. In the evening, I drink a glass of water again. Before my meal, I drink a glass of water again. And then half an hour after that, I drink a water again.
If I were to drink so much water, I wouldn't eat. Liquid fills me up so much that I don't want to eat. So if I were to drink so much, but okay, I got you. If somebody is struggling like you did when you experienced your heart attack, if somebody is struggling and they feel hopeless, the good thing is that you always felt hopeful. But if somebody's feeling hopeless, what would be your advice to them?
My advice to you is to look around, find your reason to live, find your why to go on. I had a strong why, I had a strong why. I had my family around me, I had people that were depending on me to be there, and I just could not be hopeless. Some must work, some have to work, and I want you guys to have that same mentality, because it's everything starts from the mind. Every single thing starts from the mind, and if you can believe it, your heart. There's a saying that says if you can believe it, it's halfway there or halfway done. I mean, and it all starts from belief. Don't give up on yourself. You can make it through. And I know persons, when you're going through an ordeal, things just seem gloomy and hopeless. But if you could only look down the road and see how happy you were, or see how happy you are, and how fruitful things have turned out to be, you'd have push on. Yeah. So yeah.
While you were talking a while ago, I remembered you saying initially you were drinking a lot of herbs that were for the lungs, and you named some of them. But I just realized that you didn't tell us some of the herbs that you started drinking afterwards that were specifically for the heart.
All right, so some herbs that are really good for the blood circulation. These are your hawthorn berries. Really great. I know some most Jamaicans not gonna know what's the hawthorn berry, but you can get it. It's really great for your heart. Promotes excellent rhythm of your heart, excellent blood flow, cayenne pepper as well. It's a great vasodilator. It helps open up your arteries so blood can flow properly, so you can get oxygen. That's very, very important. What else? This is not a herb, but it's a fruit. This fruit is also great for vasodilation as well. It's high in magnesium. Watermelons, very great. I'll eat the seed as well. It's very nutritious. And this one, dandelion, I think most persons know this. It's a dandelion, believe it or not, the root of it is used as heart medication.
Okay.
The weed that most people want to throw away, it's really great for your heart as well. And those are some of the herbs that I've been using. Yeah.
Okay. Do you still practice music in any way, whether you still write songs or anything, or you've just kind of no more music, I'm totally focused on this new path?
I haven't touched a pen in a while. But I do sing every day because I love singing. But I haven't written any music. For me, homie stay is either 0 or 100. There's no in between and me bouncing this and that. Once I'm locked onto something, and that's gonna be me. Right? I don't think I balance well.
You almost so like me right there. But what I would put to you though, because I feel like once you have been given a gift, you've been given it for a reason. You may not necessarily have to use it in the way that you originally thought that you need to use it. But I mean, if you have that gift, you can also use it in spreading the same message that you're so passionate about now. You know, spreading your health and wellness message same way, coming on Instagram and singing, doing a reel, because you know people learn differently as well. Some people learn by listening, some by listening to music, some by the visuals. So I feel like you can still incorporate that talent that you have and to spread that message. It doesn't mean that you have to be a popular artist going out and singing, but you can still use that talent to spread this message that you're now so passionate about. But that's just me putting that out
No,
there.
man, I take it. Still, I tell you, be honest with you, it broke my heart. Broke my heart. And I don't know. I kind of have a maybe it's a I don't know, maybe it's a standoff thing because it broke my heart and I couldn't do it anymore as well. But I think about that. Definitely think about it.
Yeah, it's the impact, and you know, you are interested in helping others to heal, and people also heal from music. So just putting that perspective out there. If you could speak to yourself before the heart attack, that younger self, what would you tell yourself?
To be honest, I've thought about this 1,000 times. You know, sit down and think about this 1,000 times. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, you can call me out on this, but I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say anything. Why I wouldn't say anything? I think this was what I needed. I think this was. I know it sounds strange, but this heart attack has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. Let me give reasons why. Because I don't want to sound too strange.
No, man, you can be free to speak.
It awoken something in me. This allowed me the luxury of like helping people. You know, a whole lot of people out there we kind of help guide so they can help themselves. Whole heap of people and literally change people's life. We get people pregnant. Well, we not ourselves get people pregnant. You know, pregnant, you know. And man tell us that I don't think you can like put a price on them little feelings there. And I think that's what life is all about. Helping people, you know, helping people. And I feel like in helping people is like it more water my soul. I don't know if I explain it, but there's this deep joy that I get. Right now, I've reached a point in my life where I'm not worrying about money, you know, not worrying about a lot of things, health, you know, and I think that's the place to be, You know, that's when you start living. You know, and you stop worrying about certain things and just living day by day. And I think all of that, the heart attack, it helped me to appreciate a lot of things. It helped me to appreciate health, helped me to appreciate the people who are around me. Is me some of the things, but I give that up for anything. But I think, but I tell myself, say, you know, so don't go Subway, go eat that's something. But I think, but I do that. I think, but I go through it again, even though it was really, really hard and traumatic. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that I did not ask you that you think is important for the audience to know?
One thing I would say, I don't think you've asked a lot of excellent questions, you know, but obviously you can't ask all the good questions. One thing I would tell people, guys, you are first in charge of your own health, not the doctor. You know, not your mommy. You're not this other person, not your pharmacist. You have to, not say be your own doctor, but make sure you're doing all the things to promote health in your body. You know, learn your body. It's your body, your vehicle. Just like when you get your car, you get the manual. I'm sure a lot of persons sit down, go through the manual to know how and what operate what. And if you know the front end make a look sound, I know say, all right, then if you go there so and get this part and fix it. Learn more about yourself. Learn more about how your body works, how it functions. I think people will be less scared when they hear certain news like, oh, you know, say you have this, you have that. You know, you'll be more informed from informed place, you can make a better decision. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, a lot of people, they suffer. And they may have to suffer. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they even die, end up dying, and not knowing that they can do certain things to prolong their life. Is me. So learn more about yourself, learn more about your body, learn how it works, watch it, see what tweaks when you do this, when you do that. That's what I would say.
If you could design a starter pack for someone who is beginning their healing journey, what would you put in it? I am sure you're going to put that book, African Holistic, but let me know, what would you put in your starter pack?
I would put 3 books. The Miracle by Dr. Morse. I don't know if a lot of persons know Dr. Morse, but he's this white guy who seem weird, but he is very knowledgeable. He broke things down in a way that I could understand. There's his next book by Dr. Lila Africa, African Holistic, as I said before. And there's his next book, I don't remember the name, but he wrote a next book helping you diagnose illnesses and diseases by just looking at your face, your tongue, and stuff like that, your eyes, iridology. So I would recommend those 3 books. I think if you read those books, you get a better understanding of one, food, how the body works, the lymphatic system, which is, I would love to talk on that. The lymphatic system, I can?
Yes.
But what I've learned so far that has helped me to help other persons is the lymphatic system, or what persons know it as the sewer system of the body. It doesn't matter if you eat all this good food or healthy for you. If you're not excreting waste properly, it don't make any sense. It's just as your house. If you're bringing all this nice food in your house and nice and stuff, but your toilet is clogged up and can't flush, in a sense, nobody's gonna come to your house. You know what I mean? Your house is gonna smell bad. It's gonna draw flies and bacteria, and by the time you look, everybody in the house is sick, right? Your lymphatic system, it's this. Just think of your blood circulatory system, but 2.5 times larger than your blood circulatory system. So can you see how important it is? This system, it gets rid of acidic waste, toxins, metabolic waste, acid, all of that. And really and truly, it can't, when cells eat or they get nourishment, they, just like me and you, when we eat, we have to excrete. They have to excrete as well. And they excrete metabolic waste. But the only thing is they can get up and go to the bathroom. So they poop right there or they excrete right there. But they can't stay in that environment for too long, that acidic environment, because it will affect the cell. So the lymphatic system now, it takes these things away, brings it to your lymph nodes all over the body for certain bacteria, certain good bacteria, to process these things, to break them down, lower the pH of that acid, and then send it to your kidneys for your kidneys to filter them out and as urine, or send it through your skin to sweat, send it through your poop as well. So those are the 3 channels in which you excrete lymphatic waste. If there is any backup coagulation, any backup in your pipes, I would call it, that's where the acids will be, and that's where burning sensations will be. That's where inflammation will be. So let me give you an example. So if there is a backup of lymph in your stomach, there's this big lymph vessel that's in our stomach called the cisterna cali. If this is backed up, and how is it backed up? By us eating one bag of foolishness, acidic food. If there's this backup there, this backup of lymph acid, that acid is going to burn the surrounding cells, right? And in burning the surrounding cells, the cells are going to produce mucus. And in producing mucus, it's just your body's mechanism trying to protect or create a barrier between that acid and the cells, right? So it's not a bad thing per se, but over time of that acidic blowback, more mucus is going to be formed. And in producing a lot of mucus, it prevents the cells from getting nourishment. You know what I mean? And if you can't get nourishment, if me and you can't get good food, we can't go function properly. So to our cells, you know what I mean? They're not going to function properly. And by the time you look, you develop pancreas issues, because the acid blowback damage some beta cells in the pancreas, or damage your liver, or anything surrounding in the gut. You get GERS disease, anything like that. So that's how important excreting lymphatic waste is. If you get rid of lymphatic waste, you are on your way to your healing journey. Yeah. or healing yourself.
How often, based on what you're saying, how often should people go to the bathroom?
So with every meal that you eat, you're supposed to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Every
All
meal.
right. I'm going to circle back to the starter pack. You said those 3 books. Is there anything else you would want to put in a starter pack for somebody who is beginning their journey? It can be anything.
Food as well.
Yeah, man, anything.
All right. So if you want to start healing, guys, starter pack, you're new to all of this. To get those 3 books. Also, slowly take your time. Depending on the severity of your illness, you can take your time and wean yourself into this diet. Eat a lot of fruits, right? Fruits are God's gift to man. Eat a lot of fruits. Make sure you move. In moving, you make lymph move as well. You move a lot. You don't have to do strenuous activities, but make sure you're moving around. Eat food that agrees with you. Stay away from meat as much as possible. I'll say less meat, eat less meat as much as possible. Stay away from the bread. Love bread. Love bread, but it's not good for you. Stay away from the wheat bread and the white bread. Stay away from the rice as well and the flours. And in starting that, you'll be on your way.
All right. So the 3 books plus you put some fruits in it, and you put. What's your take on vegetables?
All right. So vegetables are excellent as well. I would add that as well. Thank you. As well. But they are more for building. They're more for building. Yeah, they build. So after fruits, what I love about fruits is that they do 3 things very well. They detoxify or bring on a natural detox to your body. They nourish your body as well, and they rejuvenate cells.
Okay, you know what I'm going to add to your starter pack, because you were so convincing that hydration. So I'm going to put a water bottle in your starter pack.
Thank you.
So I'll put a link in the description of the things that Rajah has suggested for his starter pack. All right, now we're going to go into a different section, rapid fire questions. So we're going to go fast. What's a morning ritual that you can't live without?
Pooping. I have to poop in the morning.
Oh, like we're twins. All right. Favorite healing food or drink?
Favorite healing food or drink? Watermelon and ginger.
Okay. A self-care activity that always lifts your mood?
Listening to Chronics. Big up Chronics.
All right, we're gonna get there. Okay. What's one natural cure, remedy, or practice that you swear by that everybody should try?
Natural cure practice. Eating a lot of tamarind. Tamarind will send it to the bathroom if you're constipated. Yeah.
It's true, because when I drink tamarind juice,
Yeah.
But my friends and family will tell you that I always in the bathroom. Anyway, so maybe it's not the tamarind, maybe it's just me. All right. I want you to give the audience a nature cures challenge. So this is your nature cures challenge. If you could challenge the audience, the viewers, to do one activity, one habit for this week, what would that be? One healing habit for this week.
Deep breathing.
Deep breathing.
You get up in the morning, do some deep breathing. Yeah.
All right. So for this week, Nature Cures Challenge from Rajah is to deep breathe. You have any tips on how they can do that?
Yes. Yeah. So when you get up in the morning, you're taking a lot of oxygen. Oxygen, it energizes your cells, brings life to your cells. So what you can do when you get up in the morning, go somewhere quiet, do some deep diaphragmatic breaths, hold it for a couple of seconds, release into your mouth, into your nose, out through your mouth. And you can do that for about 5 minutes. You will feel a difference. You might feel a little tingling in your head. That's that high oxygen coming in. But yeah, oxygen is definitely important.
All right. Now for the part, you mentioned Chronics. I don't know if it's a Chronics song that you're going to give me, or you're going to give me your original song, but creating a healing playlist. What's one song or mantra that you, that supported you on your journey?
I'm going to be totally honest with you. You're asking all the right questions. For me, I play this song every day. You can ask my empress. You get goosebumps, goosebumps, goosebumps. This song that I play every day. It's by Janine and Chronics. The title is Okay. I'm
No,
going.
you have to give me a piece. You have to give me a piece of it.
It says words may not say exactly how I'm feeling, the hurt and the hate, and the love I'm receiving. It's gonna be okay. I tell myself while I'm breathing, it's gonna be okay. No, sleeping. Yeah,
I
sure.
love that. Janine and
Yeah,
Chronics.
yeah, man. Play that every single day. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it again. You see how that song helped to bring healing to you?
Yeah.
Your music can help to bring healing to others as well. I'm not being aggressive. I'm just letting you know.
No one. That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Final question. After all that's been said and done, after everything that you have been through, what does healing mean to you?
Healing is loving me the right way. That's what it means to me. Love me in a way that makes me flourish, makes me grow. Yeah.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
Healing is loving me in the right way. Yeah.
And you said in a way that makes you flourish. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajah, for just taking the time to share your story and your knowledge. And you're such an inspiration. I'm so happy that I found you on Instagram. And everybody remember, check out the description section and reach out to Rajah and see if you want to be a part of his 8 weeks detox program. Thank you again. I appreciate your presence. And yeah, is there anything else that you want to say? I know that was the last question, but is there anything else that you want to say?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope this interview helps somebody, who is struggling with their own. Cause everybody go through something. Everybody go through something, whether silently or publicly. And I hope this, looking at you, talking to you, I hope this really gives you hope. All is not lost. You know what I mean? So push on, love yourself a little bit more.
And how do you normally end your thing?
Oh, so first, before we end it, I want to say thank you to you. And I can't wait to meet you in person one day. What?
No, we're going to have to link because I need some of those herbs. I need to see the waterfalls. I want to experience everything. So yes, we're going to have to link up.
Yeah, man. All right, so definitely. How do we normally end the session? Peace, love, and light, and healing too.
Blessed love.
To our listeners and viewers, I hope that today's episode inspired you as much as it inspired me. Remember, healing is a journey, not a destination, and every small step you take counts. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this story. You can check out more episodes of Nature Cures with Stacia Alicia on Amazon Audible, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. If you're watching on YouTube, please check out the description section for links and to stay connected with me on social media. Until next time, take care of yourself. And remember, nature cures. Blessed love.